Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome back to Sportsology. As always, I am your host, RyanK. Hope everybody had some good luck last night playing NBA DFS. If you're new to the show, real quickly, what Sportsology is I like to come on here and just talk about my two areas of expertise. During the day, I'm a technology solution specialist for a company called Enterprise Systems Group. Then at night, I am a fantasy sports expert and absolute diehard fantasy sports fan. So like to give a little information on both of the areas that I excel at, and hopefully people can get some value out of it. As always, we like to talk technology in the beginning. Now, instead of us talking about a specific technology today, I actually want to take a few minutes and just talk about who ESG is, and more specifically, why ESG continues to grow so quickly and why we are having so much success. And I'm going to go through what, in my opinion, are the top three reasons that our company continues to grow year in and year out. And number one, I don't get a lot of credit for this one, so I want to give the credit to the actual people doing the real work, and that is going to be the technicians and the service department. I know it sounds cliche to say it, but we really strive to service our customers correctly and make them happy. And that's why we've done the math, and somewhere about 90% of our new business comes completely from referrals, from our current customers giving us recommendations. We have some fantastic customers out there who do a really good job of pushing other people in our directions, specifically like in the education vertical would be one area. So it's really our technicians, and ESG is very strict on who they hire. They don't hire people unless they really believe they don't need to be micromanaged and they're going to work out. It really is the people and the people doing the real work. So I want to give them a lot of credit. And as I'm saying this, I probably owe a couple of them some free lunches, so I think I'll get on that this week. All right. Number two, and this is where more of me and the other, quote unquote, salespeople or technology solution specialists come in, and that's going to be our evaluation process. What I hear from a lot of IT people out there is that a lot of times a salesperson or a company comes in and they ask them, how many end users do you have? What do you have here? They ask them about 10 questions for infrastructure, and then they just toss this really, big price tag at them on a piece of paper, and people are left trying to figure out, am I getting what I need? Is this going to meet my needs? We like to spend a lot of time with people up front. It's kind of more of I'd rather spend a lot of time with 4 people than spend a little time with 8 people. That's why our closing percentage is so high, is because we take the time with people up front, realize it benefits us in the long run because people become more likely to work with you. At the same time, you do miss out on a few potential customers because you are spending time with that. But customers appreciate it and they feel more comfortable going into a buying situation when they really know what they're getting. Lastly, more than anything, it's the team environment that we promote around here. Now, I'm sure a lot of you out there, I don't know where you work or what the culture of your area is, but I've had a few sales jobs since I got out of school 15 years ago, and this type of culture doesn't exist everywhere. We're all about working in a team here, bringing in multiple people into, a new prospect, for example, so that they get more than one opinion on things, so that they're treated correctly and they get the right opinions on what it is they need to do. A lot of people here are willing to drop what they need to do for the day and makes their day harder to help somebody out. And it's not the kind of culture that you get in most positions. If you work at a job like that, that's great. And I suggest, holding on to that because not all places are like that. Okay, now that we've talked technology and talked ESG for a minute, let's move into some of our sports picks for tonight. We got the NCAA tournament coming up to starting tomorrow. I did some picks on that yesterday if you want to go back and watch that one. But today we'll pivot back over to NBA daily fantasy sports. And I'm going to start with a guy that I played a lot of last night. A little bit of a disappointment. And his name is DeMarcus Cousins of the Sacramento Kings, one of the top players in the NBA right now. He was a little bit of a disappointment last night, not because he played bad, because everybody around him was so good. He only took a small amount of shots compared to what his normal workload is on the offensive end, because guys like Rudy Gay, Rajon Rondo, and most specifically Darren Collison were knocking down jump shots left and right. He didn't really need to score that much. Tonight, though, got a matchup with the Pelicans. These are two teams that play fast and don't play defense, so you're going to want to target a lot of guys in this game. I think Ryan Anderson might be somebody else you could look at who won't be overly high owned, so check him out. But I think DeMarcus Cousins has another great night tonight, just like he has most of the year playing up against the Pelicans. Okay, let's move over to the Oklahoma City versus the Boston Celtics game. And I want you to check out a couple people from the Celtics. With Jay Crowder out, they slumped a little bit last night. They ended up losing to Indiana. Isaiah Thomas was good. Jerebko was good. My boy Evan Turner was not very good. But I do like Marcus Smart again tonight, who is filling in for Crowder in the starting lineup. I expect Boston to play better tonight. And Oklahoma City plays faster, than Indiana does, so there should be more possessions and a better opportunity for Boston to score some points. And I don't think they'll lay an egg back-to-back nights like that. So I think Marcus Smart gives you a nice person to check out, gives you some cap flexibility. And don't forget to look at his teammates Sullinger, Isaiah Thomas, and Jonas Jerebko, who's kind of an unknown unless you're really into fantasy basketball. So that's what I got today, guys. Have a great day, and I will talk to you soon.